What's going on, creative crew? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to day 4 of the 30-day video challenge. I'm going to be walking you through 30 days of production tips to get the most out of your video productions. And today we're talking about the importance of pre-production. What exactly is it? And what 3 things should you be focusing on during pre-production to make your production run smoothly? Let's hop in. All right, so when we're talking about a production pipeline, there are typically 3 things that you have to focus on: pre-production, the actual production, and post-production, with pre-production being one of the most, if not the most important. When you have a good pre-production phase, you not only know what you're going to shoot, the camera angles that you need, the different actions that you want your talent to take, you know everything going in. So the day of the shoot, you can just get there, you can film everything that you need, and then the rest of the day is set aside for doing fun pickup shots. Anything that you want, like maybe you want your talent to be able to try something. Maybe you want them to say a line differently. You now have the time because you have everything slotted and scheduled out. So the first thing that I really think about when it comes to pre-production is the script. What are we going to have the talent say? What's the point of the commercial that we're actually looking at? Now, this is one of the most important because you're not just making videos. We don't just make content for the sake of making content. We make content to deliver value and to deliver an end result for our clients. So you actually have to go look at the client's brand, look at the client's tone, look at their voicing, and you have to create a story, a script that goes along with their actual company. Now, we're going to be having a video in depth on that. That deserves a whole video in and of itself. But looking at the script is the most important. It's one of the first steps that I take because without that story, you just have a nice video and it's not going to convey a message that needs to be conveyed. The second thing when it comes to pre-production is actually going and looking at a storyboard. Now, for those of you who don't know, a storyboard is essentially you go and you can draw it out, whether it's with stick figures, whether you get an artist, whether you do it in 3D modeling, it doesn't matter. You just go and you actually draw the scenes that you're going to look to capture. That way you physically can see in front of you, okay, the camera's gonna be here, the light's gonna be here, my talent's gonna be here, and the script is going to say this. When you have that scripted out, and yes, it does take time to do, but it makes your life so much easier because instead of seeing it when you get on set, you'll see it in front of you and you'll have a plan of action when you get to the set. But having this storyboard and seeing all of these different scenes laid out in front of you, just crudely drawn up, like I said, it doesn't have to be a piece of art. It's going to make it so much easier for you to visualize what shots you need to capture, where the camera is going to be, and where the lighting is going to be as well. Third thing in that pre-production pipeline is going to be your shot list. Now, going along with your storyboard, a shot list is essentially you simply write down the angles that you're going to capture. So you know I want to capture this on a wide shot, a nice establishing shot. For that, I'm going to use a 16mm lens. I'm going to try and use this f-stop. Get it as detailed as possible. So that way when you get there, you know, okay, first shot's going to be the wide shot. It's going to be an establishing shot. I'm going to shoot it on 16mm. It's going to be an f4. We're going to have some depth in the background. It's going to be an f4. We're good to go. When you have these three things, when you have the script, a storyboard, and a shot list, when you get to set, what are you worried about? You have an idea of everything that's going to be there. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that I personally made and that I see a lot of beginners make. They go to a client and the client says, I want to shoot video X, Y, and Z. And their first response is, oh, I shoot video. I can totally do that. I can do that for you. Let's go. They don't have a fully fleshed out concept of how they're going to capture the video. Yes, you know that you can, but you don't have a fully fleshed out concept of how you're going to do it. And you get to set, and what could have taken 3 hours now is taking 2 full production days. You're doing different things. You're capturing a whole bunch of footage that's not going to be useful to you in the edit. You're not actually making for the edit. You're just capturing a whole bunch of coverage in the hopes that you can make a story. Make that story in your pre-production phase. And when you get to the set, you'll be able to easier capture all of the footage that you want. You'll have a story in your camera. You'll have a story on your memory card. You won't have to worry about making that story in post because you'll already have it. Thank you guys so much for joining. This was day 4 of the 30-day production challenge. Do you guys work in pre-production? Have you guys ever made a shot list or a storyboard? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to see the comments. And thank you for joining in on this 30-day challenge. I'm going to get a lot of value out to you guys. If you like this, go ahead and click subscribe because tomorrow we're going to be talking about how/what you should be storyboarding. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.